What's going on YouTube? Abram Diaz here. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for tuning into my channel. I got a new shot I want to cover. The credit to this shot goes to Nick Nicolaitis because the concept was originally Nick's, but I'm showing Jamey Grays' variation of it, and it is the Speed Demon jump shot. Jamey Grays' variation, basically, he took Nick's setup and kind of pushed it back to where all the balls are frozen to the rail. Which variation do I think is harder? That's up to you to decide. They're both up there in degree of difficulty for me. I'm going to show you how I shoot this, and maybe I can give you some pointers on it. Let's get down to it. Balls 1 through 9 and the cue ball are all frozen to the long rail and frozen to each other, starting with the one ball centering the pocket point on the short rail. Cue stick butt is underneath the long rail on the opposite side of the pocket. I'm sorry, on the opposite side of the table. Frozen underneath the rail. There's a cue stick starting with the back end on the first diamond on the short rail, and I just stagger the stick to where the tip is underneath the rail. What I'm going to do on this shot is I'm going to jump the cue ball over the stick. It's going to travel 3 rails, and I'm going to scratch in the corner pocket. Are you guys with me? Good. Well, before the cue ball scratches, I'm going to jump balls 1 through 9 into the corner pocket. There it is. Okay. Now, all right, let's start off with balls 1 through 9. I'm not going to get into detail on how I want you to shoot the cue ball. Basically, what I do it is, to simplify it, I'm aiming just to the right of the side pocket, and I'm shooting a touch of right English. The stroke speed on the cue ball, that's on you. Don't even worry about the cue ball. Worry about jumping balls 1 through 9. Once you get consistent at making all those balls, then add in the cue ball. So let's forget the cue ball for 1 second. Balls 1 through 9. The toughest balls to make are the first 3. Because you got to kind of get a rhythm going. You got to focus. Believe it or not, you do have a lot more time than you think, but it all depends on the table, the speed of the cloth. So focus on making the balls 1 through 9. That's the best advice I can give you. Remember, practice, 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 practice. Practice balls 1 through 9. Jump them, and you don't even have to do 9 balls. Start off with 5 balls. Once you can get consistent at making 5, then add in 6, add in 7, add in 8, add in 9, then add in your cue ball. So if you're missing balls 1 through 9, depending on how I miss them, is that I tend to hit the butt of the cue. When I jump, a lot of times my balls end up hitting the butt of the cue, and they come this way. The thing is, the balls are not allowed to hit the cue stick butt unless the cue ball is the only thing that's allowed to use the stick. So if you're jumping the balls and you're hitting the long rail, that means you're not turning enough. Make sure you turn your body to compensate for that. So when you look at it, you're kind of shooting into a big pocket, but especially on those diamond tables where the pockets are, then you can run into some problems. But the pro about those tables is that you don't need to jump the cue ball as hard because those tables roll. That's pretty much it. Remember, don't worry about the cue ball. Practice making the jumping the balls in accurately. Practice, practice, practice. I'm serious. You're not going to get it the first time. You're not going to get it the second time, it might take you 1,000 tries. But don't let this shot frustrate you. Don't let it frustrate you, because you can do it. Just tell yourself you can do it, and then just keep trying. It'll come together. All right, rate, comment, subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button if you like what I'm doing. That's what motivates me to do these shows, is all the positive feedback that I get. All right, hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Peace.